welcome to Speedforce, the Flash podcast. I'm your host, Phil.
And I'm your other host, Eric.
We are super tired right now because we just came back from seeing Mockingjay. Part 1. Yeah, it was good.
At least they did a better ending than Smog.
Yeah, gosh. I just saw that last night. I've been on a movie binge lately since I'm leaving here and don't care anymore about the movies that I can finally see I've been waiting to see.
Yeah. And also, I do apologize in advance. I am recovering from a cold, so if I cough or do a little sniffle halfway through the show, now you know why.
He's going to be drinking NyQuil halfway into this episode.
That way, I clock out after another half hour.
Yep. And then I get to listen to Bob running by myself and being all scared in the blanket.
Do they know about Bob?
Oh, Bob is the rat that Eric is allowing to live in his closet.
No, it's a mouse.
Okay, I'm sorry.
It's an adorable little field mouse, and they are actually...
How do you know? Have you seen it?
I have seen the mice around here. They actually
are
pretty
adorable. Have you seen this one, though?
No. But there's only two options, a bat or a mouse. And a bat is highly unlikely. A mouse is the best.
Yeah, it's about like 90% a mouse, 10% a bat.
More like 95%. But yeah, it's funny. I'll be like laying in bed, be on the computer, and all you hear is
start to hear.
Yeah, that's...
It's just like, oh my god, what the hell is going on?
That's Bob clawing at the styrofoam cooler, getting the popcorn in the...
Yeah, Eric's feeding him like microwavable popcorn.
That I bought a bulk set at Costco a year ago and I never got around to eating.
How is this rat not dead?
How's the squirrel that lives in the dead tree outside the maintenance shop not dead? We throw all the popcorn kernels down that hole. I'm pretty sure he's fat and stuck in there by now.
Okay, we didn't get emails, nothing was posted on the Facebook page, and the Marvel Minute coming up after this is going to be super long, and I already apologized during it.
Yeah, he's super passionate about this one.
Yeah, and I'll let you guys wait till you get to that before we tell you what it is.
Yeah, and the best part I would have done this Marvel Minute
just so that he could see me squirm in anger. But I think we're going to start the episode. Let me turn it into full screen.
Oh,
so
this
Eric
is also another episode I haven't seen just because I did say I was sick. So the day it came out, I was supposed to watch it. But instead, I just went to sleep because I was having a miserable day as it was.
Yeah.
So...
And it took me a while to get the episode actually watched because I was actually scheduled to work during the episode and stuff happened and I wasn't able to watch it, and I was able to watch it mostly while it was downloading from iTunes.
So both of us are kind of playing catch up.
Actually, I've seen it. I watched it 2 times.
Well, screw you.
That day. Well, one of us has to know it inside and out, so the other one doesn't know what's going on.
I'm sorry, I just can't read Cliff Notes and go, oh, I know everything that's happened.
Yeah.
It's not high school.
Yeah. Which you passed due to Google and Wikipedia.
Wikipedia's not always wrong.
Nope.
Just don't look at World War II.
Then you get a lot of wrong things.
Yeah, especially with Hitler.
Okay, on that note, I'm going to be pressing play now. And we get the opening that he copied from Oliver Queen.
Yeah, it's not that bad.
The way it is the way Constantine also starts is, my name is John Constantine.
Okay, now that's bad. One is good,
Gotham, and here's the way Gotham starts. They just throw out the Gotham logo and have red and blue siren colors.
I'm okay with that.
That is different and nice.
Yeah. I mean, we don't need to see this opening all the time. Okay, so the previously.
So we're getting the previously on now. And
I'm still kind of catching up.
This was last week's and the week before and a couple weeks.
Yeah.
The full catch up usual. And we're seeing that Joe is finally telling what was his dad's name?
I do not recall.
They'll say it like 10 times in this episode, so okay. So right here we're getting the opening where it's the exact same words as it was in the pilot, except the only person saying it this time is Iris for her blog.
I couldn't tell. It was
Yeah, it's all in subtitles for Eric. Thankfully, I've seen it, so I can explain.
See, she works here, right?
Yeah,
So is that why she's able to stay in there, like at midnight?
past hours all the time.
Yeah.
Did you get shot in the hand? Because it looks like a bullet hole.
No, that was a mosquito bite. I'm very persistent on the scratching.
Good job. So, Iris is updating her blog with more, info, and then the Flash grabs her.
Okay. So wait, the door's just automatically unlocked and it's closed.
Barry has already read the article that she just posted right before he grabbed her. Due to speed reading.
Yeah.
And blog posts aren't as long as novels. Oh, right there. Iris just got a call from
Eddie Thane.
Which in the comics his real name is Eobard Thane.
Close enough.
Yeah. Well, do you think anyone would believe a show where they called a character Eobard?
I don't know. Do you think they believe half the stuff they're gonna do in the Fantastic Four? I'm gonna probably be doing that a lot.
Yeah.
Just to hear that sigh, because that's the last time I'm gonna hear him sigh in like disappointment for a while.
Yeah. You're still coming to my 21st birthday, right? Possibly. Okay, so Barry is saying, or the Streak is saying, stop writing about me. And she's like, no. Like she always does.
So he's still trying to go on about her. Like, they really want her to stop.
Yeah. And now he's left her up on the... and now he's in the building. Okay. He's heard sirens go off at...
Aww.
Yeah, it's some guy in a yellow Humvee.
Yeah, and he's wearing a wife beater.
It's not white, though. It's a black one, so I don't...
I said a wife beater, not a white beater.
Oh. I'm just saying it's a different one than normal.
It's okay. Still a wife beater. So now they got a little blockade going. Out comes Eddie and Mr.
Joe.
Okay.
And Eddie's trying to get back people so that they're not in danger. And now there's a kid walking in the middle of the street because that's what you do when you see police sirens going off.
You'd at least see the sirens.
Even though he
and the
has
lights.
his headphones on, he would see it and hear it, unless those were the best Bose headphones ever, or Bose headphones.
You know, I'm pretty sure that they wouldn't be shooting with the police cars coming at them too.
Well, they're not aiming for the police cars,
Well,
but
still.
So Eddie noticed that this guy became metal for a second and realized that's not normal, and then Joe tackled him to the ground.
Well, to save him.
Okay,
Aww.
Well,
Well, it's okay. It's Homer.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. He just ripped off the door and threw it at Flash, and Flash comes up and punches him in the face and breaks his hand.
Yeah, that would hurt.
Yeah.
Wait, wouldn't you? If you didn't set the bone back, wouldn't it heal improperly?
Well, here's the thing. You know, his healing, it automatically does it.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, that's weird. Okay.
Which is a great... I like that evil saying. You were born to take a beating.
Yeah, I still can't tell how serious or intimidating his voice is.
It is.
It is?
Yes, I'll just take an intimidating voice that you know.
I was taking like Arnold Schwarzenegger's
So,
voice.
no, not that, no.
He
Don't
looked
do
like
that.
it.
No,
he looked Australian.
Take Jersey. More so.
Oh, I can't take anybody from Jersey seriously.
Okay. So we get to see Caitlin and Cisco trying to figure out. We're
bringing in Cyborg now.
No, they're just casting up his hand so that it can get healed faster, and because he took a bad beating right there.
I think he did that more to himself.
And he's talking about how the guy changed to metal, and right there.
A
You
Man
saw
of
that?
Steel.
Yeah, Man of Steel. Harrison just called the guy that. Which, if
It's okay, it's DC. They own all their characters. It's not copyright.
You'll see another character that they reference that's Marvel in the episode.
It's okay. It's probably owned by Fox.
No, he's actually getting his own show on Netflix for Marvel soon. And I'm super excited for that, as most people know from the Marvel Minute.
Okay.
So what's going on is Barry's just realizing that I can't hit this guy. How can I possibly beat him?
Heat him up super bad until he melts. So friction.
Kind of the way that he gets the power. So Joe is looking over old footage of interrogating Barry when he was a child, and he's in his pajamas, it looks like.
Which are red.
Yes, obviously.
And a red shirt.
Yeah. I noticed that they had a 52 in here in this episode. So.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
Cool.
It's been a while since we got one of those. Episode 2, I think, is when we got a lot of them.
Well, I remember the news van for the Iceman.
Oh, yeah.
No, it wasn't Iceman. Yeah, it was Iceman.
Yeah, it was called CC. So Barry is talking. Joe's telling Barry, I need you to go talk to Eddie. He saw stuff that I can't explain with the whole powers. So, we got to scoff. We got to scoff, everyone.
Scoff is...
If you listen to the Quiver podcast, it's a big thing.
Which I don't.
I know. It's one of their favorite things to point out. So we got to scoff in here, so we decided to point it out. So Barry's saying, "Oh, you want me to go make up some sciencey stuff so that Eddie doesn't ask questions." So Barry heard the name Tony Woodward and just goes like, "Oh no,
is he a school bully?"
Yes, he is.
That's funny.
Yeah. And
red jacket.
Yeah, obviously he always wears a red jacket with a yellow shirt in the flashbacks.
Mm.
And this bully is mean. He just born to take a beating right there.
That's nice.
He's been saying it since he was a kid.
He broke his arm like that?
He didn't break his arm, he just bruised it.
Really? It looked like he was holding like it was broken.
Well, he's 12, dude.
So?
He got hurt in the arm, and your first reaction is, ow.
Go to the nurse and, I need to go home. Play some video games to recover.
Yeah. I just need to have my arm in one position the whole time and just be able to just go do that. So, Barry is talking to Eddie about that night, and Iris walks in. And if you remember, Iris and Barry are not on speaking terms right now.
Yeah, I do remember that because Barry tried to get her to shut the blog off. And
so,
that backfired.
Yeah, which she has 3 people telling her to stop doing the blog.
Flash, Barry, and Joe.
Joe. How has she not figured out that Barry is the Flash just by that?
I wouldn't. How would you figure that one out?
How many people are telling her to shut the blog down? 3 people, and we know one of them can't be the Flash.
Well, you know Barry cares about her, and you know Joe cares about her. Flash is just some random person that she's blogging about. So I don't think she'd make that connection.
So Joe is showing up at Star Labs, level 600. That's what floor they're on?
That's it? It's as far as it goes?
This is below.
Below?
Yeah.
Really?
Like, that's what it just said. None of the Star Labs is above.
Well, I was going to say, the building did not look that big.
Yeah, it's below is what it's trying to say. Joe is came to talk to...
which is probably a commercial.
Harrison. Then. Yeah. Joe is coming to talk to Harrison about coming up with... helping him find out who killed Nora. And Cisco and Caitlin are talking about their old... they're talking about their old bullies that they had in high school and just wondering whose bully they're going to have to...
I could see Cisco being more of a bully.
No, he's smart, and what happened was... real quick, I gotta wait for them to say this. Okay, right there. This is the best way that they can name Tony in this show. Tony in the comics, his supervillain name is Girder, which right here Cisco calls the robot that Barry can train with, he calls that Girder, since they can't call Tony it, because it would make no sense.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
It's like Rock'em Sock'em Robots.
Yeah. Which is funny because Caitlin Snow becomes Killer Frost with ice.
Wow.
He's able to move fast.
Well, I know, but I'm just like still trying to wonder how he's supposed to get it.
Do what?
Like, how is he supposed to beat the robot?
Well, he has to knock the head upwards. Just like Rock'em
yeah. That light is really bugging me, and I really need to fix that.
Dude, you need to change that light out.
I got 2 light bulbs standing by.
Where?
Right there.
Are you serious? You haven't fixed it, and you. Oh my gosh.
I'm sorry.
They are literally 4 feet away from the bulb.
Nah, yeah, but I gotta get a stool. Anyways.
You're tall enough.
So, someone's not having a good day.
Yeah, Barry's arm is dislocated. And Caitlin's like, oh, so when you said you were off duty, you were visiting Iris, right? And he's like, no, that's creepy. Why would I do that? And then she breaks his arm just straight. So they head out, and Barry meets up with Eddie, who found Tony's
Rusty
Hummer.
Was that Rusty Iron what?
Ironworks, I
Yeah.
believe. But I'm not positive. I didn't get a good look on it. I just know Ironworks is brought up a couple times in the episode. So Eddie's asking Barry, what happened with you and Iris? You guys aren't talking anymore. Barry's saying, I don't want to talk about it. And
Really, it's really not that hard for Barry to talk about it.
well, he doesn't like talking to Eddie because Eddie is her boyfriend, and he likes Iris. And Eddie says right here that he was threatened by Barry.
Oh, he actually was. He's threatened by Barry.
Yeah.
Oh, someone's learning how to fight.
Yeah. So Joe is trying to teach Barry how to box.
Yeah,
right
boxing's not very good. Just get a gun.
Yeah.
Get a gun and get a trench coat.
So Barry is now getting put up against Iris that he has to fight.
Wow, I wonder who's gonna win.
Who do you think? The daughter of a cop or a kid who can't swing well? And she's ducking every shot and just lays a couple shots in on him and knocks him to the ground.
That's funny.
Yeah.
But at least he's trying.
Yep. And so Joe's saying if you come up against someone you know you can't beat, be smart, run the other way.
No, I just say outsmart him.
Which is sometimes running the other way, because then they're just like, what are you going to do now?
No. Just bob and weave, get him tired.
Is that how you win all your fights? Have you been in a fight?
No, I avoid all my fights.
I
just look at them. They say, want to fight? I'm like, no. Yeah, that's basically all I gotta do.
So, Barry has found a couple metal shards on the floor of the Hummer.
Which are probably going to be bullets.
Or part of his skin.
That'd be interesting.
So, Joe's saying that he saw a man in yellow, and then bam, he's blocks away on the street. Which would make sense.
We're talking about his dad's
Yeah,
death?
he's saying a single stab wound to the heart is how Nora died, and Barry's dad was covered in her blood.
Well, that's all. Yeah, I could see that, but was the knife there?
Huh?
Where's the knife there?
Where?
There, at the house.
Yeah.
Oh, it was?
Yeah, it was in Nora's chest.
Well, I'm
straight up
sorry.
in her heart.
I'm sorry. No, they're not always there sometimes.
So, he's saying, what if someone had his powers before, had Barry's powers, because the thing that Barry described is the exact thing I saw the other night. And Harrison is saying...
Basically, he does think it is possible.
Who?
Oh, no, it's not unlikely. What? He's covering something up then.
Rusty Ale Iron right there.
Brewery.
Okay.
Yeah, he's definitely covering something up now, because... Yeah, no, screw.
Yeah. So, there's a reference coming up here soon, and I need to be able to point it out. Barry and Eddie are at the place.
The Rusty Ironworks Brewery. Oh, someone's running.
Yeah. So now they're running after him to try and catch him. Ooh, right there. Garrick's Wharf, which is in the background on a, what is that, a semi-cart thing? Which is a reference to Jay Garrick, the first Flash.
Oh, okay. That's
Yeah. You okay?
This sucks.
I'm sorry. If you didn't have the window open all night long and it's 20 degrees outside.
That's not the problem.
What's the problem?
The problem is I went to Las Vegas and...
Oh, that's bad already.
Yeah.
You got sick. That means something happened. Okay, so this guy is saying that Tony just got a pink slip on his last day of work 10 months ago and then went over the railing into a vat of molten scrap, and that's the last we saw of him. He died.
So, what was the point of running?
Because they thought that he was the one that pushed him over the edge.
What? How? If they think he's the one that pushed him over the edge, wouldn't he have been fired?
Well, no, the police he thought that the police thought that he pushed him over the edge. Because they just brought up Tony, and he's just like, it wasn't me, I swear, and then ran off. And now Tony came to Jitters to talk to Iris.
That's kind of a douchey kind of... Oh, he's probably going to bring up the blog.
Huh?
He's going to bring up the blog.
Why?
I bet he is.
No.
Why else would he be there?
Well, he did go to school with her.
That's true.
So maybe he's just saying, hey. Yeah. I turned the audio on for you, but I don't want to disrupt the podcast. But yeah, he has the voice of sort of like someone from Jersey, but doesn't have the Jersey accent.
Okay.
It's hard to explain. I'm sorry. So he's saying that he found her blog and wondering why she's writing about him. Writing about the Flash and stuff.
Yeah.
How his power is all about running away and his powers are all about fighting, so why is she not writing about him?
Aw, someone's jealous.
Yeah. And he's also trying to figure out who the Streak is. So
yeah, like I said, there's no other reason for him to be there.
Yeah. And now he's trying to hit on Iris, and she's saying, my boyfriend, who's a cop, and my dad is a cop.
Detective.
Huh? Well, she said that. And now she looks up at the TV and notices that Tony's face is right up there, and makes up an excuse that her dad's going to be showing up anytime soon. And he grabs her phone, turns to metal, and crushes the phone in his hand.
Well, you probably didn't really need to turn metal to do that. That's an iPhone.
It was?
Yeah.
And he put it in the tip jar along with, what was that, like $400 possibly?
These are all 20s. This is probably about like $1,000 or $2,000.
Yeah. And so Barry is now looking at Girder, deciding if he's going to fight it again.
Well, of course he's gonna fight it. He's just not gonna.
Oh, okay, so Cisco has realized what type of metal it was, and that he's probably out at at a warehouse where it was made. And Caitlin realizes, or found, what is it? Iris's blog saying, "Hey, Streak, if you're reading this and you know where to find me, come help. I have some information on this guy."
Oh, that's his little bat signal.
What?
Her blog.
Yeah. And Caitlin's the one constantly checking it, I guess, to get updates, to find out if his bat signal is up.
And if, what he does in his spare time. Anyways, Barry arrives down at Jitters.
Yeah. And he's talking to her about, are you okay? And Iron Fist.
Oh, okay.
Like I said, Marvel character, one of my most favorites. Because he's just awesome. Iris is saying that maybe I can help you out, and dude, change that light after this podcast. Actually, I don't care. So, police show up to escort Iris home, and Barry just runs away.
Why'd the police show up?
To escort Iris.
Well, she called her dad because of the guy?
No, Eddie was worried about her, so we got a detail on her.
Oh.
So Flash ran all the way to Keystone, which we haven't even referenced yet that Keystone has been popped up in this. Keystone is the neighboring city of Central City in the comics. Flash is known as the protector of Central and Keystone.
Well, it's probably just like right next door. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So he shows up at the iron factory and sees like footprints coming out of dried molten metal and a bunch of Central City ATMs.
This is suspicious.
No, this is probably where he's hiding out.
Yeah.
And gets punched right in the face, thrown at a wall, and an entire rack of scraps is thrown on top of him.
Yeah, he's made to get beaten up.
Yeah, he was born to take a beating. So, Cisco and Caitlin show up at the warehouse and find Barry stuck underneath the thing, and they're hoping that he can still talk. And he shows them that he can talk by saying, ow.
You know, I'm just wondering, why do all villains just, like, hurt their enemies and just walk away? Why don't they just kill them?
Finish it off.
Yeah.
Do your job.
I mean, that's all it takes. Just put them down. Don't leave them. Just kill them. Not breathing. Good.
Well,
Hit him again.
He thought that would have killed him, but Flash is not human, so that didn't kill him.
Nope.
Dude, why are you messing with it right now?
Yeah, because it's...
Because I brought it up.
No,
huh?
you have to clean it. It's complicated.
Okay. So, Cisco is saying that due to the density of the guy, if you hit him at the right speed with the right impact, you could potentially break him.
Which makes sense, but
yeah,
how fast do you need to hit him?
You'll see right here. He'd have to hit him at approximately
Mach 1.
Mach 1. And that's like
800 miles an hour.
837.
That's kind of cool.
Create a sonic boom.
That would be awesome. Punch
Yeah.
on a sonic boom.
Yeah. Which
It'd be better if Flash goes sonic boom, just punches him like Falcon Punch.
Yeah. What happens if he hits like Mach 2? What would happen then if he's breaking the sound barrier at Mach 1?
He goes back in time and punches him 10 years before.
What?
I don't know. I thought that would just be funny.
That's when he activates the Speedforce.
How do you know Speedforce isn't Mach 2?
I don't know.
Because he does. I've seen him break the sound barrier. So, yeah.
No, they haven't done that yet.
Not in this,
Yeah.
but he's done it in the comics.
Yeah, so Barry's telling Joe that Tony showed up to Iris at Jitters and that she's safe now because
Eddie sent an escort.
yeah, detail, I think it's what it's called. And so Eddie comes in and he's like, the stolen car was founded, state police are taking over now with the situation.
What stolen car? The Hummer?
Yeah, I don't know what it was. He found there was another car he had, I guess. And so Eddie's saying that he has to go blow off steam and then he needs to go hit something. And Barry's just like, "What?" And Joe's like, I don't think he meant you." So every shot hits Barry in the face. Do you think Eddie's doing it on purpose? After this episode, I really believe that he doesn't have the powers yet of Zoom or has any of the intentions. And my shift of who Zoom is, Professor Zoom, has actually shifted a little bit. So we see Eddie just knocking at a what's that thing called? I don't use it.
Punching bag?
Okay, yeah. Going after a punching bag, and he's hanging out with Barry. They're all becoming best friends now.
Especially when guy's wearing a white beater.
Yeah.
And Barry's wearing a t-shirt.
Oh, Eddie tells him his backstory, FYI, since you missed that, saying how he was how he was made fun of in school and he was bullied all the time because he was fat, he was ugly, his dad was a politician
Nice.
who shut down a factory in the city.
I wonder which one.
What do you mean?
I wonder which factory it was.
Does it matter?
Yeah.
What factory do you think it is then? If you're...
Ironworks.
No, that was shut down 10 months ago. So
Oh,
Barry
nice.
does a super speed punch and breaks open the punching bag, which I've done plenty of times in the Wii. Wii Sports.
Do you play with your Wii, Phil?
No, I got rid of it a long time. Shut up. So Joe and Harrison are meeting at a bar to hang out, and because they're actually becoming good friends now, which Joe needs friends, and Harrison doesn't have any because no one likes him because he destroyed a lot of people's lives.
No, everybody loves Harrison.
He's like Impulse or whatever. I don't know who he could be, truthfully. Right now, after this episode, I'm just lost as much as everyone else with who he is. I was believing that they were going a different way, and now it looks like the only option's this. So, Joe's saying, if we know metahumans were created, do you think at all there could possibly been another particle accelerator before?
I don't see another particle accelerator. I mean, I could see the stuff being dormant for a while,
Yeah.
but I can't see there being another one.
And Harrison's like, I spent my whole life making that particle accelerator. I doubt there was another particle accelerator.
I mean,
It would have been a lot easier. Ooh, right there. Harrison says that he moved to town, and he's wondering if there was any like occurrences before he moved to town. Which Joe didn't know that he's from out of town.
I didn't know he's from out of town either.
Ooh, interesting. Mainly because he's from the future. That's why I thought he was from out of town.
Okay, that was interesting. Nora Allen.
That's Barry's mommy.
Oh, I was like, okay, is that a reference to the future?
No. So, you opened your lab a month after Nora died. And you showed up here around that time. What Joe's pretty much saying is, are you the Reverse Flash? Did you kill Nora? And Harrison's like, thanks for inviting me for a friendly drink. If you want to know more, I say look up the name Tess Morgan.
Tess Morgan.
Which I originally thought had to do with Smallville, since one of the characters' names was Tess. But her name was Tess Mercer. Oh, Unit 52, the police car outside of Iris's house.
Oh.
And that police car just got flipped upside down.
Yeah, they're dead.
Yeah, and Tony's inside. He flexes as much as Brian. God.
That was funny. No, yeah.
So, Eddie is training Barry how to fight right now. And seems like he's upgraded since he was fighting with Joe and Iris when he was a kid. The only thing that Eddie says is that Barry needs to work on his speed a little bit more.
He's trying to hold back.
Huh?
He's trying to hold back.
Yeah, it's kind of like a Dash. In
Yeah, they're like telling slow. Oh, speed is like
so
close.
Cisco is running a
Nope.
ouch.
So if he goes that fast, he'll blow up.
Yeah, which is just 1 mile per hour over what he's supposed to go.
This is interesting.
So what they're saying is, even if he goes that fast, he'll still be probably dead by the hit.
Armor piercing round.
Huh?
Just get an armor piercing round. See what that does.
The density's too powerful. That's what Cisco was saying.
Why has he got like those military style boots on?
I don't know. That's just his costume in the comics mainly. Everything that he has on is pretty much his comic costume. Except for how his facial hair is and his actual hair. Which is crazy weird.
Why are they reversed?
It's more so to the point of that.
Oh, yeah. Well, I could see that being a little different.
Yeah. So
He looks like a hobo.
with the hair all crazy.
Yeah.
And Tony's saying that I've killed the streak, so you should write your blog about
Remember,
me now.
Yell rape. Or yell surprise.
Yeah.
Either
so
way.
she tried to distract him and then pulled the fire alarm, but he ripped the fire alarm out of the wall before it could go off for a long time. And so Joe and Barry just found out that she's been kidnapped. And they also heard that a fire alarm was pulled at Carmichael Elementary.
Oh, that'd been funny, Barry. Like, race ya.
Huh?
That'd been funny, Barry just said race ya.
Race you, Joe. And so Tony's looking over all of his trophies like they have in all high schools.
I thought it was elementary school.
Oh, is it elementary school?
It looked like he was in elementary to middle school.
Yeah.
I say middle school.
Well, she was saying that he was there to get his GED. And now the streak has shown up to take him out
I thought you said they called him the Flash this episode.
at the end.
It's like, this is kind of drawn out for this one.
Yeah, it's kind of at the end, and you'd be surprised at who finally says it.
Yeah. Because I'm kind of like surprised they still haven't said anyone called him Green Arrow in Arrow.
Well, they've referenced calling him Green Arrow once, or two times they've done it.
Yeah, and I think you said that's stupid.
That's a stupid name, yeah. So Barry is...
Tin Man.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good name for him.
Yeah. Which, the whole time he's doing this, he's doing the whole vocal cord thing. And now Barry's just... He's not getting angry at Girder. He's getting angry at Tony right now. And swings a flagpole at him, which... I don't know why he thought that was a good idea.
Well, why not?
Well, he can't hit the guy. What's the point of hitting him with a pole?
Irritate him enough, I almost said a word.
Oh.
Yeah. See, I caught myself there.
Good job. So, Barry has been taking a beating right now and remembers what Joe told him as a child to run the other way.
That fedora is kind of old. They kind of just like put the fedora on him to make him look
Well, it was
younger.
14 years ago, 2000. That was kind of the fashion statement back then for people, I guess. And more so to the point, they need to have some way of showing that he's younger. Which, Cisco and Caitlin are realizing that he was able to escape, barely. And he stopped before he even got back. He's 5.3 miles away. Which they said earlier is the exact distance he would need to hit Mach 1.
Oh, nice.
Lightning in the eyes, and boom.
No.
And he needed a straight shot, and this is the perfect line to go. All the glasses are breaking on cars and windows of buildings, and
I wonder if...
boom. He just hit a sonic boom right there. Jumps through the door. This is awesome. He's just flying right now in air. And
yeah.
that's so cool. And just punches Tony in the face. Which...
Supersonic punch. Woo!
Supersonic punch, baby. Woo! I love Cisco. He's like one of my favorite characters. And what I hear is he's a lot of people's like least favorite characters that they all hate.
Really? I like Cisco.
Yeah, he's the nerdy fun guy.
I mean, Caitlin's my second favorite, but Cisco's one of my top.
Yeah, and Iris says Iris punched out Barry, or not Barry, but punched out Tony, and she's like, I think I broke my hand, and Barry's like, you have no idea. So Tony is now in the super prison.
I like the super prison. Do they like keep records? They tell police like, hey, you're that metahuman's down here.
Yeah, we're holding on to them because you can't. And so Barry just revealed himself to Tony. And Tony's like, how was it you that defeated me? You're a little nerd.
Wow, you do realize that he will get out of there.
How?
Does it matter?
I know, truthfully, that was my only thought too, is he's going to get out of here one day. We don't know how or why, but he's going to break out. Why are you revealing yourself to him?
It was like
how do they feed these people? There's no, like, slots for them to get food. And it's not like they're going to open it up to the point that they could feed them. In the mist, you can't give him food. Or you can't, like, even open up an air hole or else he'll escape. And Barry just walked away super excited because he just told off his bully, which would be so awesome.
Oh, I know. Well, I'm sure they could have electrocuted him.
What?
With a big giant lightning rod.
With how? What would that do?
I don't know. That could have hurt him.
So Cisco's saying that the next bully that they go after is hopefully his because he's tired because he wants to bring him down also. So Joe walks into Star Labs trying to make amends for him accusing Harrison.
Oh, that's what he's doing.
What?
He's accusing Wells of killing his mom.
Yeah. And so now he's saying, I'm sorry.
Now because of
And
that, I am now
at
suspecting it.
Huh?
I now believe that Harrison killed his mom just because
Oh,
of
yeah. Oh, definitely. And after you see the end of the episode, you'll believe it way more now. So Harrison is saying that she died in a car. My wife died in a car crash, and it was her idea for the particle accelerator. I just went with it in memory of her. So it took me 14 years to do it. It would have took her 4.
Who's his wife?
Tess Morgan. Remember the girl that he told? Yeah. So
even if they have the last name,
what?
Harrison Wells, Tess Morgan, do they not?
Well, it was more so they were just married before she died, like just married. So it's more accurate that you'd be able to find record of her as Tess Morgan over Tess Wells. Even if that's a real person, he could have created a fake article online to throw off Joe.
Impossible.
Yeah. We know Harrison's up to some weird stuff going on. Down to with Grodd, I mean.
Yeah, I like Grodd.
Gorilla Grodd.
Yeah.
Someone threw out that maybe Harrison is Grodd.
How?
Well, it'd be sort of like a Hulk sort of thing.
Did he like transfer his mind into Grodd?
I
could see that
actually. That actually is Grodd in the comics.
Yeah,
he has a professor in his brain.
So they could do that.
Yeah.
But no, because
and he has some sort of asphyxiation with him. I like how it's saying just pop music playing. No.
I'm thinking of Katy Perry.
Yeah, probably. I don't know. So Barry has walked into Jitters, and Iris is like, "Oh, it's you. I was thinking it was the streak. I don't want to talk to you." So,
yeah. Good job, Barry. You weren't there for Iris again.
Yeah, her hand broke, and you weren't even there to help her.
Good job.
Well, the streak was there, but she doesn't know that was him.
I want them to reference one episode about them running miles in high school. Just like, Barry, how fast can you run a mile now? 5 minutes?
No, he's already talked about running a mile.
Oh,
I don't remember what episode it was, but I think it was the last one or the previous one before that.
Really? You're not like the Arrow article? You're like,
I've seen every episode of Arrow like 2-3 times. I've only seen every episode of Flash once or twice.
Why? Twice.
Twice, because of podcast. So, Barry's like, no, go ahead. Talk about the streak if you want so that you can... I know you want to talk about it, so bring it up.
Yeah. So, wait. Why? I mean, Barry just got his point proven.
Ooh, wait, real quick. A guy that's constantly on fire and never burns up. Firestorm. They just threw Firestorm is alive in the show now.
Nice. But I'm just saying, I mean, Barry just got your point proven that the blog is causing danger.
Yeah.
So now you're encouraging it.
Well, he isn't really encouraging it. He's just saying, hey, I know you're going to keep writing about it, so why not just talk about it? I don't care. Ooh, right there, Eric. He just called it.
What?
Flash.
Flash.
It was Barry who brought it up.
In a flash. Yay. Oh, wow, really?
Look at the smile on him. He's like, finally, someone's getting the name that I need. And it's someone that's writing about me, so... There's a giant Q somewhere. Oh, I just saw it.
Oh, now Iris is typing again.
Yeah, she's saying the she's doing the whole
Saved by the Flash.
And I have a friend gave me a recent name gave me an idea for a name,
and something tells me it's going to catch on, just like the way they ended Pilot. And here we go with the final part, which I was just very concerned about of how they would be able to handle this, because it was Joe just looking over the case, and then it went all nuts. So Joe's looking over the case right now and crossing out that Wells is not connected. Then the power shuts off right then, and he reaches for his gun, and a streak is going through his room right now, and it's a yellow-red man.
So that's a Flash.
It isn't the Flash, because right there.
Oh.
So, like, all tornado came through just like at Barry's house when he was 11. Then, all the evidence is gone. Everything on the table is gone except for his scotch. And he looks at a wall, and it says, "Stop or else," and a knife is pointed into a picture of Iris.
You know, I'm kind of wondering, maybe
Wells could be Zoom now.
Wells?
I can't deny that. It's just I figured they were leading us to something just to throw us off, like the Arrow writers always do.
Well, Wells could be Zoom, but it could also be, I don't know who.
Eddie is supposed to be Zoom.
It could be Eddie, but the future, because Flashpoint, which they are referencing quite a bit. That's fine. But if they, going back in time, something could have happened to Zoom that gets him in trouble so bad that he either dies or something. I don't know. That loses his power. So he's trying to go and fix that and stop the events. Because if he kills people,
we saw
then
that we saw that Zoom is current. So either Eddie has the power and he's really hiding it really well, or the suspiciousness of Wells has finally proven itself.
But what I also noticed is, you said red and yellow streak. Now, when you see the Flash run,
it's just red.
You see a lot of red and hints of yellow. Professor Zoom's costume is yellow with hints of red and like
it's
little
the exact
black.
opposite.
Yeah.
While the white is there, it's changed to black.
So that's why I think it's Flash and Zoom chasing each other, because in the Flashpoint, that's what basically
how it happened. Yeah. Yeah. So that crazy episode, and yeah. So there's. I take back a lot of things on Zoom now, so... Did you ever take that NyQuil or no?
No. I'm going to watch Silence of the Lambs.
Enjoy that.
Just watched a South Park episode and I could not stop laughing about it.
I say we finish this off. So to join the discussion with everyone, go to facebook.com/groups/Speedforce podcast.
Or to have your email read at the beginning of the podcast, email us at speedforcepodcast@gmail.com.
For us here at Speedforce, I'm Phil.
And I'm Eric with my last sign-off. Ride the lightning, speedsters.
She'd never gone into my lab to experiment that night before lightning flashed around me and time changed speed. Now I gotta try to be so patient until calamity will strike, because when things change in an instant, it's almost fast enough for me. And I'll be there before you know it, I'll be gone before you see me. Do you think you can imagine anything so lonely? And I know you'd really like me, but I never stick around, 'cause time keeps dragging on, and on, and on, and on, and on.
Hello and welcome to the Marvel Minute. I'm your host, Phil.
I'm Will.
He is a co-worker of mine at Zion National Park, which today is my last day here, and I go back to California. Yay. So he's going to be joining me for the Marvel Minute today. As you all heard, it wasn't even a Marvel Minute last week. It was more so the Marvel, 10 seconds about me saying that I was going to refuse to talk about the Fantastic Four reboot. But it just ended up being that there's been no news, and people have been wanting to hear my thoughts on it. So what we're going to do, me and Will are going to talk about the reboot that Fox is destroying and putting up here for us. What this podcast is going to be is completely filled with spoilers, so if you are planning on seeing the movie, be ashamed of yourself. If you, it's gonna be bad, and it's an atrocity to Marvel. It's just taking a dump on everything Marvel has started with the Fantastic Four being the original superhero family that they ever created. So, you okay?
Yeah.
So, if you aren't planning on seeing it and want to hear all of our spoilers and us rant and have a hard time trying to contain the swear word count.
Alright. You have a swear word count?
No. So far we have only sweared once in a podcast, and it was me, and I'm ashamed of myself, and I apologize.
So you're human, Phil?
Yeah. So, it's a bad plot that they're doing. Everything that they are doing to the Fantastic Four is changing it beyond belief. Now, I heard someone said, this is a great movie. This is a great idea for a movie. I love it. Just don't make it Fantastic Four. The entire plot would work.
Like if you were to just change
if you said it was not
and...
Fantastic Four, this would be a great story.
It actually is.
For Fantastic Four? No, it is not. This is a terrible.
Completely remove yourself from the Marvel universe.
Oh my gosh, it has changed everything. Oh gosh, we'll get into it in just a sec. From here on out, it's gonna be spoilers. Okay, so for those of you interested, this is the entire plot for the upcoming Fantastic Four terrible reboot. I mean, the original wasn't even that great that Fox did, but it was better than this. This is just sad. This is just so sad. Okay, so first off, we're gonna get into it about Reed is a genius convenience store clerk with Ben. Right there. Just right there.
Convenience store clerk.
He's not even in college right now. He's just some kid who works at a convenience store with his best friend from high school.
Reed should at least be in something remotely scientific in his profession.
Yeah, maybe an internship at somewhere, but no, he's just.
He could be a science teacher. I would literally bottom out at science teacher.
No, because they're early 20s, dude.
They're supposed to be really young.
Yeah, they're really young, so that is not even possible because they have decided, no, we're not going to make them adults. We're going to make them kids. Which is... Okay, Iron Man Armored Adventures did this, where they made Tony in high school along with Pepper and Rhodey and stuff. That worked because it was a cartoon. And it wasn't canon. It was fun. This is a real movie that Fox is trying to make. Wow. It's not good. So yeah, they're convenience store clerks now. Reed's parents don't care about him, and Ben's dad is abusive. Now that right there is a little, why?
I was
is that
say,
needed?
It's almost like they want to give them the more modern feel kind of thing to it.
Yeah.
But it's the Marvel universe. We didn't need to have these
This
other
is
issues.
DC right here. This is DC stuff.
Let's get a little gritty. Are they Gotham?
Might be. I don't know. But with the whole. Yeah, the way that me and Eric have determined is that Marvel, or that DC, is Edgar Allan Poe, which makes sense. Marvel is Dr. Seuss.
Wow.
Which makes sense, because it's just, here's this magical stuff, and here's this weird thing.
It's a happy and magic explains everything.
Yeah, DC's over here, with the Raven, Pit and the Pendulum, Telltale Heart.
Gritty and dark, and not everyone you saw in the beginning is going to live to the end.
Yeah. Okay, so here we go on the next part. They're good friends and have each other's backs. That's normal.
Right,
That's from the comics. Cool. Boom, we got something that works. Reed writes a paper for a community college on teleportation that attracts the attention of Dr. Franklin Storm, CEO of the Baxter Building Research Center. Now I'm going to backtrack that a little bit to the words community college. Why?
I mean,
why
is a community college getting
he's not even a community college student. He went to MIT in the comics. Why is he trying to get into a community college?
Alright, but then again, he's a convenience store clerk. So, I mean,
But
would
he's
you mix
genius.
in? Why would you mix in MIT and a convenience store clerk? If you're gonna go bad, you might as well make it bad and try to make sense.
True. I just don't
I don't
understand.
get what route they were going by doing that.
It's trying to show that he's not that smart, but he's genius because he figured out teleportation. But he's not smart enough to go into like a university.
Gonna spoil our own spoilers, like a genius who actually helps another genius pull off something even more genius.
Yeah, so we're gonna go back to that Franklin Storm. Franklin Storm has a son, Johnny, and an adoptive daughter, Sue, whose father, Storm's old partner, died in an experiment gone wrong. So they've already mixed up the ethnicities in the group.
Oh, right. We're gonna get to the various who is playing who and how that sort of...
Yeah, they've messed up Human Torch. It's
a
changed.
good actor, at least.
Yeah, Michael B. Jordan.
Michael B. Jordan, yeah.
He's good, but...
He's black. It's just...
It just doesn't work for
You can't get around
Torch.
that. Johnny Torch is not supposed to be black.
Yeah. But Johnny and Sue are party kids, and Sue is partially disdained of science. Okay, Johnny is a partier. That's
cool,
right.
yeah.
You
Johnny
got that.
Storm.
Sue, no. Sue is not a partier. Sue likes science, and now they're saying that she hates science.
Hates science. Hates it with a passion.
No, that doesn't work. That's not right. They've changed up her character completely. Reed and Sue don't get along at first. Well, obviously, because he likes science and she doesn't. It's sort of like the whole, the scene from Avengers where Tony and Bruce are talking all this science.
Yeah.
And Black Widow's over here like, you guys are idiots. And they're like, technically, we're geniuses. And that's just how I see it.
And that's just the thing. Black Widow's actually supposed to be really smart, too.
Well, yeah.
Not their level, but still. Like,
yeah. Okay, now we're going to get into the...
Dr. Is that Domashev? Is that what you said?
So we're going to get into Viktor Domashev is an antisocial Eastern European computer programmer and hacktivist who calls himself Doom. Not Dr. Doom, Doom.
That's just like a needy person.
Yeah,
like
they're not even calling him Von Doom. They've dropped the Von Doom and just calling him Domashev to make it sound more real. Von Doom is evil, and you know he's evil. He was born to be evil since he was born, pretty much.
He's supposed to start off evil. And just the fact that he's a hacktivist, it makes it sound like one of those things that are like, technically they're doing bad things, but for a cause of some kind.
Yeah. Isn't that the definition of a hacktivist?
Yeah, that's pretty much what they do. And honestly, there are some hacktivists trying to really do good stuff. But when you do it to Doom, you've ruined your own villain.
So, yeah. They got the one part right. Eastern European, since he's from Latveria. They got that right.
Is Latveria mentioned, though?
God, I hope so. All they're saying right now is Eastern European.
It does not specify Latveria at this point.
Yeah, it just says Eastern European in the plot
Europe
line.
is weird. There's all types of like mini
duchies,
and things.
Latveria is in Eastern Europe. So
it is in Eastern Europe.
They are getting close geographically.
They got the region down.
Okay, so Doom hates the 1%, particularly Storm, who claims he corrupts science for a profit. Now, this is a guy who's trying to help build the world by figuring out how to create teleportation and, like, get to... they get to that in a moment. The negative zone, which they don't even call the negative zone.
I was about to say, the end zone.
Yeah, let's get to that in a sec. Let's get to that real quick. Storm uses Reed's paper to complete some equations on a machine to access another dimension. The end zone. So he's trying to get the touchdown right now, I'm figuring, by getting to the end zone.
Oh, right.
That's the way I'm seeing it. Is
throw in like a football reference or something. It's a superhero movie that has a thing about sports. Why?
I don't know. But they're not even calling it the negative zone. They've took out the agative and just calling it the end zone now, which is it's just Why can't you just call it the negative zone?
What's the negative?
Like, that's one of the coolest things
Marvel's
ever.
clearly gonna want to keep their distance from this damn thing.
Yeah, they just canceled the comics.
They canceled what comics?
Fantastic Four.
I did not know this.
Yeah, they're no longer making the Fantastic Four comics. They're saying it has nothing to do with this movie or getting their rights back. But we all know it has everything to do with this movie and getting the rights back. Because once the sales drop, no one's going to want to go see the movie. Once no one goes sees the movie, Fox loses the rights. Marvel gets the rights back, makes a new comic, Fantastic Four, back alive.
Get a whole new set of writers and just...
Go back to the classics of, like, the real stuff. Okay, let's get to how they get their powers real quick. Reed invites Ben to watch the machine being turned on. So we got Reed and Ben now. Sue and Johnny are also there. Doom manages to hack into the Baxter Building servers and use a computer virus to damage the machine, which explodes. No cosmic rays, guys. They're not in space. No, like, space travel at all. Not trying to water any space plants. But
Water space plants, what?
do you remember that in the original Fantastic Four movie? That's why Ben was worse than everyone else. So while he was constantly in his form, is because while they were all inside, he was actually exposed to it completely.
Oh, right, because he was out in the suit.
Yeah, and he was watering the space plants out there.
I do not remember that that's why he was out there.
Yeah.
I just remember that he was the only one still out.
They were trying to see how space could affect the plants or whatever. I don't remember the full thing.
Okay.
And
but
see how the
they
cosmic
needed
rays.
Von
were going.
Doom's super space station to pull it off. and
Yeah.
whatnot.
Von Doom, yes. They
Yeah,
needed
Von
Doom.
Doom's space
See?
station to pull
Gosh.
this off. Yeah, no.
Okay. Reed, Sue, Johnny, and Ben are exposed to otherworldly energies and become mutants with powers that they can't control. Okay, otherworldly energies. So they're getting the cosmic rays through the end zone now, I guess. Like, it's now a teleportation to the other side
They
of the
could
universe.
get energies from all types of other worldly sources.
It's like when the
of all
particle
types.
accelerator explodes in Flash. Okay, everyone, here's a bunch of powers that are now in the world.
We got Speedforce. We got all the weird stuff the Asgardians know about.
Yeah.
We got the end zone.
Oh, don't worry. Asgardians aren't a part of this because that's owned by Marvel.
Right. We gotta stay away from any Marvel connection, really.
Okay. Oh, and my favorite word in this sentence:
Mutants.
How can they get away with saying
It's
mutants right here? Mutant is when you're born with the abilities.
With the
you can.
mutation.
You're a mutation, yeah.
Mutation.
This is just Fox just holding a giant middle finger to Marvel.
Bad stuff happened in space. Now you're a mutant. No,
Yeah.
that's not how this. That's not how it
That's the way I'm
works.
seeing it right now. Is Fox is holding a giant picture of a middle finger at Marvel, saying, "You can't use the word mutants in your movies, so we're gonna
we're
use it in a
gonna-
one that doesn't even need it."
Throw it in there for just
Just because it'll piss
everyday
you
Joe.
off.
That clearly the people who watch this and maybe actually like it aren't going to put enough thought into the use of those words in the first place. It's the ones who know the difference and know the irony of the reason you decided to use it in the first place.
Okay, so now here's the next part. Storm takes them to the Baxter Building and creates containment suits for their powers. Yeah, you want to cover this one real quick?
Containment suits.
Yeah.
Okay, so, kind of throwing out a theory or two as to what exactly containment suits would go towards. Okay, one sense would be containment suits the idea that all four of them, they have these powers and they can't control them. Johnny's on fire all the time. Ben's this big rock thing. Sue's invisible all the time. Like, I'm thinking containment suits either being making it so they can even be remotely normal in these suits, or as more of a limiting factor, meaning Johnny doesn't need to be on fire all the time if I'm wearing this, that kind of thing, where they can sort of use their powers better. I don't know which way they're going, but either way, I don't think they even need...
And by the way, the containment suits aren't like these giant yellow hazmat suits. They're the blue spandex
Yep.
from the costume.
Same exact look, just containment suits.
They're called containment suits.
Right. Nothing special about them. Or maybe Storm is supposed to be that smart that they all are that.
Yeah. so they begin to train with their powers now. And Reed and Storm also begin developing a way to revert the accident. Sue blames Reed for everything, but they eventually become friends and then a couple. So I'm figuring, with how bad this movie is, I'm figuring that's all in one scene.
I'm literally like you see how this is like one sentence, right? Like
Yeah.
the way they describe that
Yeah.
out. Does it literally happen like relatively that fast chronologically?
With how bad this movie is, I'm assuming it is.
I mean, it's fine.
Where she goes up to him, slaps him in the face, "This is your fault," and then kisses him. It's just like, okay, this is some weird stuff going on.
Hey, she's supposed to be a partier, so maybe
yeah.
she's
Yeah, this movie's
maybe
terrible.
she's into that. Their mood swings. I
Yeah.
don't know. Just maybe
So-
they screw too. I don't know. Just
Okay, so now we're gonna get into their powers, and the first sentence, like, when I read it, I'm not gonna lie to you, I almost threw my computer. I just was right about to throw my computer at the wall
I wouldn't
for,
even blame
for
you.
saying these ill words to me. Ben can switch off his powers when he's not in danger. Now that is some grade A bull. Okay? Because in the comics, he's always this giant rock creature, and he has to live and deal with this. They did that perfectly. They dealt with that perfectly in the other Fantastic Four movie. Now they're just giving him excuse to not be in it, and now his life's all better. It's just-
obviously he's supposed to be like kind of despised for it, but he has that type of personality that he sort of like toughs it out. more or
Own
less
up
deals
to
with
it. You're a tough guy. You
like
can
he can
handle
handle
this.
it, right?
And, okay. Johnny changes colors based on heat intensity. I thought this was a brilliant idea. I thought this is the only good thing that this movie has done.
I think it
And
has
then
good
Will said this.
potential. It has good potential, but it can very easily be overdone. Because I can understand, like, sort of like mild danger, got your typical orange, yellowy fire going on. But, like, when the danger racks up, he's suddenly like blue or even, God forbid, white heat fire. The catastrophic consequences from going that hot or white, the movie would be over as soon as it got that bad. Let's just put it that way. So, I don't know.
My favorite thing is I love blue flames. Like, that is my thing, and that's the reason I took.
That would be very cool.
That's the reason I took chemistry class. I failed that class horribly, but
little much deposition into that.
yeah, I was terrible in that class. My teacher left throughout half the year, and then we had a substitute teacher came in, and
that's always the worst.
No, but he was like one of the coolest teachers ever because he showed us parkour videos like before class. This teacher was awesome. Like, he was fresh out of like college for teaching, and he came up to me one day and he's like, "You don't even have double digits in this class. You're gonna fail." And I was just like, Thank you for having a teacher. Thank you for having a teacher that is actually like real, like a teacher that's not. You're in the negatives right now,
don't
but you can
sugarcoat it. If it's that bad, do not.
yeah, like a teacher coming up. You're in the negatives, but you can pass. You can do it. No, you can't.
I should already be dropping.
So, and Sue has some borderline telekinetic thing. It doesn't even say a real sentence right here. It just says borderline.
Like, even when they're trying to tell us it, they're not even sure what to say.
Like in the stuff, she can, in like the movies and stuff, she's like Violet. She has the whole, she can turn invisible, and she has the force fields. What's this telekinetic thing they're talking about? Can she put a force field on something somewhere and then move it? Is that what they're trying to say?
Which would make sense, but trying to describe it in this way,
It's just
doesn't
wrong.
sound like anything.
And now we get to Reed's power description, and Reed is pretty much Reed. They didn't
Right,
change
so
anything
they don't.
So we got one right thing. Yes.
We don't
Yay!
make it cloudy. We didn't make a change to it. No, it is everything you know about Reed. That's how it is. No mystery.
Okay, so
Are we gonna get to the fight?
yeah, we're getting to the fight area now. Okay, so Doom finds out that the Four have acquired powers and becomes angry it's not him. So now we're getting into the little jealous kid. The little jealous kid who has his hoodie on while he's typing into a computer. And it's just like, I want powers too! You can't keep them from me. I'm gonna get the powers.
This is the part where
So he comes up with the plan to break into the Baxter building to access the end zone through the rebuild machine. Because Reed and Storm are rebuilding the machine to access the end zone. I for now on, I'm just calling it the negative zone. I can't even.
You can't even settle for calling it end zone.
It's the negative zone, and they're wrong for making this.
It's the most awesome prison concept
Yes,
ever.
like that's what I loved about the Civil War. Is they're just like, okay, you're bad. We're gonna throw you in here. Like, we're throwing you into the negative zone. That's where you go. It's the Marvel equivalent to I can't remember.
I would say
what's the
Dead
DC?
Zone.
What's the DC like prison? Do you remember? I can't remember what it's called.
DC's like Super Max Prison or whatever.
Yeah, for all the super villains. I know they're doing it in Flash right now. They're doing it, but they haven't named it yet. I think it's like Bellevue. Okay. As a distraction, he reprograms a bunch of stolen military drones, the Doombox, to attack the building. Now, here's the thing. He's a hacktivist, and he's a loner, nerdy person. How did he get into the stolen military drones? Like, we didn't even discuss that in our pre-topic.
If
How
he
did
is a hacktivist, I can see how at some point, some part of his plans for writing the world would include trying to hack into military drones. My thing is, if he's going to figure out how to hack into said drones, turn them into his Doombots, at what point, whatever his plan is he using them so that the Fantastic Four have to come together to save people?
Now,
where did he go
He's
wrong?
attacking the building with the drones, it says right here.
Oh, you're just saying in the cause of whatever he's trying to do, people are in danger.
Yeah.
And the Fantastic Four are like, stop. People are gonna die.
Yeah. So, and I'm wondering with the Doombots, is this literally... Because if you know what the Doombots are, they look exactly like Doom. They look exactly like Doom with the green cape and cloak and everything, with the metal bodies, except they're all just metal. There's no human on the inside.
Right.
Are they just gonna... Okay. A drone
drones that look like that?
A drone is a miniature
Oh,
plane,
you're saying
right?
that they're going to be crazy different because obviously military drones wouldn't look anything like people. All
No,
right.
the way I'm seeing it more so is he just gonna put like green hoodies on each of like them and say, these are the Doombots. These are what I have built.
Oh, this is so awful. Like,
Can you with how this movie's going, do you expect anything else?
it would just be tacking on so much. Okay, so either they can make it more make sense with how Doom would usually do bots,
having it like the
having them look like
drones
him.
in Iron Man 2.
Or you could have the military, for whatever reason, having military drones that look anything like people.
Yeah.
Okay, one of these two ways, you're going to screw this up royally.
Okay, so the four come together as a team for the first time and save people. Woohoo!
Oh, yay, we're a team now.
We're fantastic, and there's only four of us.
We can turn...
I don't know what we should call ourselves.
Being a rock being off and on. And
Oh, God.
you can have telekinetic powers along with
To
going
grab the
invisible.
drones and throw them into another drone. I swear that's going to be a scene.
And then
where
we got
she
pretty
uses-
much Reed, and then we got color changing Johnny Storm over here.
Which I just realized they said nothing about Sue being invisible. They said nothing in here.
There was not.
Her
No.
name is Invisible Woman.
The Invisible Woman.
Oh, I hate
Yes.
this movie so much.
Telekinetic.
She has telekinetic thing. Borderline telekinetic thing.
Borderline telekinetic thing. Right. But no mention of invisibility. Because
What is wrong with this movie?
That is literally all she knows how to do in the beginning. The part that keeps going off
Though
accidentally.
I gotta say, one of my most favorite lines in the second Fantastic Four movie is where Doom is like talking to her and stuff, and he's threatening her, and she's like, you know, I can make a force field inside someone so small that and make it expand till they explode. And I was like, that's some crazy stuff right there. That is the most. That is the greatest threat that you could ever make.
No, right? Like with her powers, that would be the way to threaten somebody.
Yeah, that's like the coolest way to do it. Okay, so we're gonna go back to it. Doom activates the machine and gets technopathy powers or something. Let them know. I am reading this word for word.
Yeah, this is pretty much all of his, like, describing is pretty much word for word.
Gets technopathy powers or something. Basically energy blasts and making machines obey to him. And a fight ensues.
Which I'm pretty sure is actually a grammatical.
Huh?
Obey to him.
Yeah, obey to him. So he's able to command the Doom bots.
Right.
By the way, the Doom bots has quotation marks around it, as in like I don't know what you call the rat video thing. Like it's sort of like they're called Doom bots. I'm sorry, all of you can't see the finger motions I tried to make,
but it's just they really put Doom bots in quotes, so it's like
yeah.
Why?
So, the machine goes critical. In order to prevent it from exploding and destroying the city, the four push into it, and Storm shuts it off. Okay, so the four... I didn't catch this before. The four of them. So, if Doom's involved, which of the Fantastic Three are being left out?
Okay, when they say the four...
Either that, or they've just worded it wrong.
They probably just.
I'm going with it that they worded it wrong.
The four push into it, and then Storm shuts it off. They do realize in the course of the story that there are actually 3 people named Storm.
Yes.
So that
keep
right
saying
there,
Storm. By the way, whenever I say Storm, it means Franklin Storm.
Yeah, they're
and it's a good thing I'm bringing up that now, since no longer are they going to say the name Storm anymore.
Right, yeah, that's the last specific mention of any Storm. Anyway.
Yeah.
But just the fact that their dad is so heavily involved in this whole.
They could have just said in this. They could have just said in this Franklin. That would have. We would have all.
There's only one guy named Franklin.
Yeah.
Nope.
There's a countdown before it reaches critical mass. Inside the negative zone, the four battle Doom again and manage to leave him trapped there. After he disfigures himself after soaking up too much power. Now, can we all hope that the disfiguring looks like this? Which is
I
just...
think you're reaching.
Huh? I know.
It's wishful thinking.
It's what I'm going with is the metal body that he wears.
Yeah,
which could work.
Genius, metal body, green jacket. That is Doom.
But then again, he could be so disfigured that he has to wear that as a costume.
He's stuck in the negative zone. Who's he going to get judged by?
And where's he going to get to find the metal material?
I was about to say, like, where did he get the metal?
Well, maybe in the negative zone they have the metal, and since
is he going to find adamantium in there?
No, it can't. Then again, since they can use adamantium.
They can use adamantium
as another giant middle finger to Marvel.
Can they not use vibranium?
No, they cannot. That is why Ultron also cannot be made of adamantium in the upcoming movie, like he is in the comics. Now, I'm figuring with him being a hacktivist and computer programmer, he's probably a big fan of Minecraft. So there's been a joke that he's ruler of Latveria in Minecraft. That's been the joke lately. And so I figure he has Minecrafting experience. So he's going to find this metal to build a suit out of and just start mining it, get 7 of the metal crafts, build a helmet and mask. Sorry, for those of you who don't know Minecraft references, this is, yeah.
The helmet. It's gonna be all like blocky and
I know, yeah. Like, look at the costume. That's all blocky.
He's got some smoother edges, but essentially he's pretty blocky.
Yeah, so we get that bull.
We could work.
The 4 manage to escape, but Ben gets the blunt of it to protect Reed and can't switch back. Yay!
Yes! Okay! So
Thing is now the thing.
In there. That thing is thing 24/7. Alright.
Imagine that, but everywhere. I love that scene.
He does all the demonstrating his fire thing.
Yeah.
Now imagine this.
But
he snaps his fingers into like this little fire.
Yeah.
Now imagine that. But everywhere.
Yeah, we're with this article that we're reading, we're getting a little glyph, or not gif.
It's a gif.
It's a gif. Sorry, of Johnny from the original just doing that whole thing. Okay, so now we get to the last part. The machine is destroyed, Doom is gone, and the four have learned to work as a team, and Reed vows to find a cure for Ben. And it ends there. Well, there's that movie.
How come I don't know if this is a particular rendition of how the movie is supposed to like look or whatever, but
I can
how come
figure-
they all have suit things? She has this open jacket thing and this top one that's like...
Because it's a female superhero. That's why.
I can understand...
And that's what her dad built for her.
The pull towards...
That's
At
her
least
dad that builds the containment suits, dude.
Oh, right! Which is so pervy because that's his adopted daughter.
Oh my
Are you
god.
screwing your adopted daughter? Someone immediately have to ask that question after seeing what this suit looks like. Because it doesn't look like a suit, uniform, anything like that. It's a jacket that you just happens to have this low-cut top one.
Wow, this was not the Marvel Minute. This was actually a full
half hour.
Yeah,
It was so good.
Yeah. I'm going to throw it in with it, but people are going to say, why am I downloading an hour-and-a-half episode of
We actually
Speed
kind of
Force?
have to get to that dinner pretty soon. Too.
Oh yeah, that starts in 5 minutes. So there's our terrible, terrible anger review at this abomination, which they can't use because that's a Marvel character.
Whatever.
I know.
Oh, we can talk about Abomination.
Yeah,
They already
I
did
made
the Hulk
I did
movie.
a Marvel reference.
They
Yay!
already did the Hulk movie. He's not coming back.
Which funny thing is, did you notice how there was no description of Mole Man in this?
No, there isn't.
Yeah, well, Mole Man is casted for the movie, so I wonder if it's gonna be like The Incredibles, where at the end of the movie, Mole Man comes out,
that would be cool.
and it'll be the exact same as The Incredibles.
What are they supposed to do? Imply a sequel to this travesty?
Yeah, that's what it's intended. Is if I can show you the Marvel movie list, Fantastic Four 2 is actually listed already. They have an expected release date, which I do not like that they are already expecting that they're going to have a release.
I can at least mildly appreciate how they wrapped it up. At the very least, if they're gonna do it, can Reed and Ben have better jobs? That's it. As long as they can do that much, I might even go on.
Don't worry, they're going to upgrade. They're going to start working at Target in the next movie.
Can he not be at a community college either?
No, he'll still be at
The paper going to community college
Yeah,
is still...
he'll still be going there probably. But that's where Storm works.
He can go. Can he go to MIT for like grad school? Because at least now everybody knows he's super smart. Practically saved the world.
Well, we don't know. They might keep their identities a secret, which is also bull to the comics. Also,
No, everybody. They're one of the few. Well, not one of the few, but they're one of the groups of supers that really get to like be widely known and loved.
like Tony
Yeah,
Stark.
Tony Stark.
He's like
Spider-Man,
yeah.
Tony Stark.
Well, Spider-Man isn't public, except if you call Civil War, and that's when
His
sadness.
Spider-Man portion of himself is widely known. And
Yeah.
They just don't know who
I'm
that
talking about
is.
secret identities.
Oh, like literally knowing that guy is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where hey, let's wrap this up. This is the Fantastic Four reboot Marvel Minute. I'm Phil.
This is Will.
I'm sorry.